age, what you do and location.
My name is Ingi and I'm 18 years old. I'm a student and I'm from Leeds.
Cool. So Ingi, key words that come to your mind when you think about perceptions of the police?
When I think about the police, I suppose I think like they've got the potential to be good rather than they actually are or they're actually not. It's more the potential of them. I do think that they could be, like they are a positive thing in the community sometimes, but then sometimes they're not. I think maybe like it's quite corrupted sometimes, like it's too different, like they've got too many variations of what a police officer is, like none of it's very the same. Yeah.
Cool. What was the next question? Perceptions of police. Have you had any, what has made you think that basically? Any personal experiences you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean like a lot of my, I think because I'm from like very different sort of worlds, like I do exist in very different sort of social groups, like my friends at school to my friends at home to my friends who I hang out with when I want to go out are completely different, and based on how I'm responded to with when I'm with the people makes me think like, you know, like sometimes, oh, am I actually doing something wrong, or are you just treating me this way because I'm with these people, or I'm dressed a certain way, or I'm talking a certain way, or I'm in a certain area, like is it based on like who I am? I don't think the police are very like complete when it comes to stuff like that. You know?
Okay. And if you could be police and crime commissioner for a day, how would you address these issues you've raised?
I think it should be a lot of communication needs to happen, like young people and the police need to sort of have a way of speaking to each other and dealing with things in a way that isn't just like I'm going to do something because I've been told to, or I'm going to do something because I've got a badge and a gun. Like it shouldn't be that, do you know what I mean? Like it needs to be a case of circumstantial situations happen. Every community is different, every community needs something different, so it needs to be a case of talking to the community and finding out what actually needs to be done and what actually needs to change and what actually people want, rather than it just being like, oh well, I've got to stop and search because I've been told to, and I've got to stop these people and not these people. Like it's too vague.
Just if one more question, because you said something about the potential for good, could you talk a bit more about what you meant by they are potentially good but not there yet?
Yeah, I think like the police do have the potential to be good, like they do have the means to be good, like they are meant to be there as a force of good. Like I was always raised to think, you know, when you're in trouble, call the police, because they are there to help and they will always help you if you need them. Like if you're ever hurt or you need somebody to be there, then call the police, you know what I mean, because they're the law enforcement and they'll do what they need to make sure that you're safe and that things go right. But then that doesn't always happen, that doesn't always transcend to what it's, you know what I mean, how it's supposed to. And I think that if we had that sort of bridge gapped, that gap bridged, sorry, that it would make life a hell of a lot easier for people. That if they say, okay, we're going to provide a service, it should be a service provided, and if we're going to say we're going to do something, we're going to do something. We're not going to be there and be a case of, oh, we're just going to do as we please because we can and we've got the power to. It should be because they're meant to do good.
Thanks.
Sounds good.